So I have chicken tractors. I'm raising broilers on pasture for meat. That's chickens for meat. And there's predator issues. Everything eats chicken. I eat chicken, wolves eat chicken. I don't have wolves in my area, but I do have bear and fox and bobcat and skunks and mink and all sorts of stuff. Everything eats chicken. From aerial predators, the tarp and the chicken wire keep hawks out, but on the ground, I have something special to keep something from digging out underneath. But dealing with that electric fence, you're gonna want to, you know, the granular things. Once you get up and going, there's a few tips that'll just make your life easier, make things more effective. I'm gonna share those with you right now. So on the outside of the chicken tractors, I not only have chicken wire, the new ones actually have hardware cloth, but I also have a strand of electric wire hooked up to a solar fence charger. And that single strand of electric wire, I keep about 6 inches up off the ground and 6 inches out from the chicken tractor itself. And any small to medium sized critter, even a bigger critter that's going to dig underneath, has to get through that wire first. It's either gonna snap them on the nose or the bridge of their nose or the back of their head. They're gonna hit that wire, and because that solar charger is so strong, and this is just a single strand, it's gonna zap them and they're gonna run away. And it's, you know, since I've had this electric wire, nothing has been able to reach in and get to my birds or dig under and get to my birds. Knock on wood. So tip number 1, with your corners, if you put your post straight up and you pull it tight, your post is gonna shrink back into your chicken tractor and the wire might slide up and start to hit the chicken tractor and ground out. You actually electrify all of the chicken wire and you have a chance of zapping your birds. It also depletes the battery in the solar charger, so that's no good. So I have it where the wire's going around the outside of the pole, so the pressure is against the pole and not against the weak little plastic hook. And I'll put it in at an angle. You know, it's got a little footstep so you don't have to do it with your hands. And when it's at an angle and I tighten it, the pole's straight up instead of leaning into the chicken tractor, and that acts as tension against the wire, keeps it taut, so if anything touches it, it doesn't loosen up or it doesn't sink down into the grass and ground out. Keeps the tension, gets it around the corner, and you know, no harm done to your pole. You can use plastic poles or fiberglass poles. For this specific application, I like the fiberglass poles with the little bottom clip 6 to 8 inches off the ground. Same thing every time. Because you're putting the weight against the pole, the clip doesn't break as often, and you're good to go. Tip number 2 is attaching the end of your wire back to the beginning. So in the beginning, I have a loop that I fish the pole through and just put it in the clips. That loop is tied back on itself, goes around all my chicken tractors here, and then comes to this end, which I like to keep a little bit of a spool instead of cutting it. It's always nice to have a little bit extra, and if you want to have more chicken tractors, then you're not splicing 2 wires together. So with that wire, what I do is fish it through the first hook, and then I just figure 8 around the pole, and that figure 8 going around the pole will take the tension of the wire, hold it in place, and with each bend I put in the wire, it reduces the amount of strain on the hook, and it kind of supports itself. Your little plastic fragile hooks last a long time, and I don't have to worry about this coming undone. You know, if something hits this, then those poles will shake a little bit, but I still have tension and my knot has not come undone. So at the end of the fence, I have a spool. I like having a spool because sometimes I have 4 chicken tractors, sometimes I have 6, sometimes I have 8. If your rotations change, having a wire where you don't have to have this mess where you're having a few wires kind of spliced together is nice, having the spool on there. But it just so happens that, you know, my exact point was thwarted by the knot there. Anywho, so hanging this up, I got this from Premier. They're cheap, they're easy to use, it's very simple and lightweight. And this one's lasted me since 2014, so that's 3 years-ish, and has not broken yet. And what I do for that, it's got this knob at the top with a little slit. I bring the the wire straight up and click it in. I'll bring that straight up, so I've got a little loop here. See what I'm doing? See what I'm doing? I got this guy, and then that sits in there. And your wire can't fall off. The wind's gonna hit it, you might knock into it, and with that loop, you're never gonna lose that spool. That spool's not gonna fall on the ground, ground out on the grass, and then you lose your charge. And then it's there, it's easy. You just pick it up and off, grab your loop, and pull it through that, and you're off and ready to go. The solar charger that I use, the portable solar charger, The fence and the spool I all got from premieronesupplies.com, or if you head over to farmmarketingsolutions.com/premier, that will take you there and let you know that they, you're coming from me. Give me a nod for producing the video, doing some stuff. I've been very happy with this. It's lasted me now several years without having to purchase new ones, which is great. Sorry, Premier, but your stuff just lasts a while. I'm not going to buy anything more from you. But this is the PR100 solar charger, the little fence wire spool, some simple fiberglass posts, and some poly wire, which I bought in a big spool and cut to the size I need it. Simple as that. Thanks for taking the time to watch the video. I hope this helps with your predator problems, and until next time, I will see you out in the field.
As intros go, that one was pretty long.
That was a long intro.
Like a 42-second intro.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to do a shorter one or just use that.
I'll use that one. I'm going to just start this whole section over again.
New segment.
Yeah, new segment.